Wisdom teething lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We've got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys, your game's all tight. FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight.
Present. You present, okay? What's going on, Magic 8-Ball Spot and Organic Snake Oil Powder? Welcome, guys, everyone out there too who'll be tuning in on the Read broadcast. See you. Welcome to episode number 95. Woo! 95 of Talking Truth to Teen Issues, Tissues, Have you ever wondered, like, man, life is tough? It is. And that's the subject on the table today, the toughness of life. And I'm going to tell you exactly what is needed to make it through the toughness of life. That's going to be after we dig into some of the things that really make life tough and difficult to deal with. I know, Dr. D Nice, you're more of a positive person. I am. There will be a positive spin, promise. And, you know, in our FOUNT section, I always have to throw in a little medical teaching there for the people in the back. We're going to talk about relaxation and why it's so important for you. And Sexxy Red, do you all know who she is? Yeah, Sexxy Red. A very intriguing person. I'm not going to lie. I'm intrigued by her. And we're going to talk about who she is, what she represents in our FOCK section. You know, that is the section of our show where we discuss sexuality and relationships. The vacationer is going to be our subject on the table in our teen archetype. You know those vacationers. We're going to be talking about them. And we're going to wrap up the show with our frontal lobe training, a part of the show where I share my own personal experience. Why do you need to learn from other people's from your own mistakes when you can learn from others? Mine specifically. This is going to be a crazy story. It's ridiculous. I missed out on about $300 worth of jewelry. And this is like in the 80s. $300 of jewelry. That's a lot of money. That's like a couple $1,000 in today's standards. Yeah, we'll get into that story. Before we get in there though, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's week was well. Well, I'll stop for a minute after our DM for the Yute them segment, and then after I finish that, then I'll check in with everybody at the end of that segment, okay? Let's just get into the meat of the show so people don't have to be clicking through 500 minutes waiting for everything to start. As usual, you know, I have a little tickety talk to go along with everything. Let's go. Here we go.
Morning.
Everything is a problem for this poor girl. She is suffering and getting up, going to work, all of that. It's a struggle. And life is a struggle. It really is. If you thought life was going to be easy, you were wrong. Dead wrong. It's important for you to recognize the reality of life. Life is not easy. You need to grow a pair of something. You need to buckle up, hold on tight and be resilient if you want to have a great life. If you expect life to be smooth sailing, you are going to have a miserable time on this planet. Let me go through 6 of the things that makes life tough. And like I said, in the end, I'm going to pull it all together and tell you how you can still live a happy life. Because Dr. D Nice, I'm a happy person. Doesn't mean that I haven't gone through stuff. It just means that I just don't let things penetrate deep into my soul. I understand fully that these 6 things are a part of life. And when they come, I accept them. I lean into them. It doesn't mean that I'm not sad and I don't cry sometimes. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't let it ruin my whole existence. I don't wish for death when these things happen because I know 100% these 6 things are a part of life. And if you don't understand that these 6 things are a part of life, I don't know what to tell you. Your parents have failed you altogether. Let's get into it. Number 1, life is hard because there is sickness. Our bodies are mortal. They will slowly degrade and fall apart. Is it methylation? Man, I could get all scientific. There are things that happen at the end of these genes that will cause them to fall apart. There is a time limit on our existence. No one will live forever, and that's where sickness comes in. Unfortunately, there's cancers, there's asthma, there's pneumonia, there's allergies, there's arthritis, there's acne, there's alopecia, there is decay of your teeth. All these things exist. There is no way you can go through life without experiencing some sort of illness. Maybe it's on a small scale, maybe it's on a large scale, something that takes you out. You have to be in a hospital on medication. It's there, and you must accept that. Now, of course, you don't have to hasten illness. Sometimes we like downing 16 Snicker bars a day and don't expect diabetes to come knocking at your door. No. There's some preventive illnesses. Altogether, there is still illness in this world, and you must accept that. That is a part of our human existence. If you do not, I promise you will be miserable. If you think you're going to go through life without having a scratch on your pinky finger, sucks to be you. You are going to have a miserable existence. Number 2, life is tough. Life is hard. Things are tough. But my friends, you must be tough. There's whatever. Death. I've done many videos before about death. I've talked about the stages of grieving, the stages of loss, how to process the death. That is tough. Someone is there and then they are no more. You can't speak to them. You can't hug them. You can't call them on the phone. You can't text them. None of these things can happen anymore. And unfortunately, people will go through all kind of some very strange things to reconnect with their loved ones that have passed away. They will pay big money to Aunt Sister Terry, some soothsayer, or what are those other people called? Fortune teller, bald person, that seance person that can connect with that other person in the afterlife to send you a message. Foolishness. That is because you all have not accepted the reality of death. With life, there comes death, and this person is no more. You can no longer connect with them as if they were living. Spare your money and understand that with life, it's tough, and death is absolutely a part of it. It doesn't make it easy when somebody dies. Doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge the loss. Just means that you acknowledge that people can die. Some people go around never thinking that death occurs. It is what it is. I'm telling you right now, life is tough. You must understand that these 6 things are part of what makes life tough, and you must fortify yourself against them. Number 3, loss. You will lose things. You will lose your favorite CD player from the 80s. Y'all don't even know what a CD player is. You will lose your favorite necklace. You will lose your graduation certificate, your diploma. You moved halfway across the country and you forgot it in a package, and the package went flying off in the back of the pickup truck because you didn't put it in the right thing. You go lose stuff. I told you all the story before, how I lost my green card when I first came to this country, and I lost my first paycheck working at McDonald's. A lot of things. You will lose things. Let me know in the comment section below, what of your most favorite thing have you lost before? Sometimes it's not even lost. Somebody just straight up took your stuff. Things will no longer be in your life anymore. We've talked about the removal of a person. Now with loss, you can lose things, objects that you care about, objects that were sentimental to you, either that they were destroyed or they got misplaced or they just decayed, because they're just like human beings. Things decay and rust and are gone forever. There will be loss of items. Prepare yourself for it. I'm not saying that none of these things don't hurt. That's not what I'm saying. Please believe, trust and believe. Dr. D Nice is not telling you to be a callous human being with no feelings. Oh, well, it's gonna happen anyway. No big deal. No. I'm just telling you to understand that this is absolutely a part of human existence. And if you don't know that this is something going to happen, it's going to blindside you. The first time you lose something, the first time somebody dies, the first time you get sick, what is that? How did that happen? My mama didn't tell me that stuff like this happened. Because you've been isolated in this little bubble of life that you don't even understand some of the reality of things, that there are people out there that are struggling, and you've been kind of in your little bubble. You never were made able to see some of the things that are out there with life. Okay, that's number 3, loss. Number 4, life is tough. There'll be failure. And this is your fault. You have just messed up. You have failed yourself, or things just did not work out the way you expected it. Even you did your absolute best and it just did not work out the way you expected it. You failed. Straight up failed. It happens. It happens. And if you're not ready for failure, if you don't understand that failure is a part of life, the first time something happens like that, you may end up wanting to remove yourself from this planet, self-deleting, because you're just not understanding that some of these things happen. You straight up messed up and failed. Stuff that you spent your whole 3 years planning and plotting and studying for your MCAT, and straight up did horribly. My story. I did horrible on my MCAT. Absolutely, it's devastatingly disgusting, to the point that some people did not invite me into their medical school the first year I applied. I had a whole timeline for my life of when I was supposed to go to medical school. I was going to be the youngest person in my medical school class. I was going to wear that as a badge of honor. Back then, there was Doogie Howser, the young MD guy, and I was going to be the girl Doogie Howser. I was going to flaunt around. Oh, you're in medical school at 24. I'm only 20. I was going to be a whole 24-year-old finished doctor, done with medical school, and I was ready to wear that as a badge of honor. That's just not how it worked. I failed. I failed the MCAT. And if I had allowed that to penetrate into my soul, to ruin my spirit, to ruin my drive to become a doctor, I would not have become one. Failure happens. Failure is a part of life. There are lessons that you can learn from it. You dust yourself off and try again. You look and see what you did wrong and you fix it. All these kind of different things that you can do. This is beyond the scope of this specific video. I'm just telling you the things that could go wrong in life. I have lots of videos that talk about how to deal with failure, how to deal with death, how to deal with loss. I don't think I've done one on sickness. That's probably something I need to do a video about. Lots of information in our different shows, though. All you need to do is type in and go to the main channel. There's a search button. Type in the subject matter, and I promise you a video will pop up. We're at episode number 95. We've talked about a lot of things over the years, I promise you. And if you found a subject that you want me to talk about that you don't find a video on, just leave a comment in one of the videos, and I promise you I will make a video talking about it. Number 5, there'll be disappointment. Now, disappointment is different than failure to me. In my definition, some people may interchange the words. My definition of disappointment is somebody else failing you. They've made a promise to you and they just straight up reneged on it. They played you. They played you to the absolute max. They just straight up lied. Maybe, you know what? Maybe they didn't even lie. They overpromised and underdelivered, and you are left hanging. You are left wanting because they have not fulfilled the promise that they gave you. That hurts. That expectation that you have set up that they were going to write you that letter of recommendation, and now the date has come, June 23rd, that you needed that letter, and you can't even get them on the phone. They promised up and down, y'all were emailing back and forth and everything, and you had it on lock, and now it's time for them to send you that letter of recommendation, and you can't find them. The due date is today. You've been trying to reach them for like 3 weeks, and nothing, ghosted, nada. And now you can't even get into school because you needed that recommendation. People are going to disappoint you because humans are going to human. And it makes life hard. You got to live here with other human beings, and humans are going to human. You're going to disappoint other people. Trust and believe. And it's hard when people are just like, I don't trust her no more because she promised that she would do this and she didn't do it. It's tough. Life is not easy. Number 6. This is our last one. A broken heart. Now, as human beings, we are meant to love and connect with other people, women with men, men with women, and in relationships, humans human, and they will break your heart. They will not fulfill the promise they made to you to love and to cherish you. They will find somebody else to love and cherish. They're sneaking behind your back with other men or other women or both. And you hear that they have a kid and you didn't even know they had a kid, or they're married and you didn't even know they're married, and just all kind of mess. And they just break your heart because there's something really deep about love where, is it an eros? They're different kind of love. I'm not talking platonic friendship love, like a romantic love. There's something very deep about it. This is like the love that's just was introduced in the very, very beginning of the Bible. And that love connects people into a oneness. And when that one half of you have just destroyed that connection, it tears you to pieces, even if y'all not even married yet. I mean, it's even worse if you got married. Man. Disappointment of a broken heart is tough. Get your heart broken. Ooh, man. I remember the first time I got my heart broken. I mean, I had loved, piddly deed, little love here, little love there. But this one time, I'm not going to tell you what happened, but my heart was so broken. I took to my bed, first of all, for like a day or so. And then some friends were coming to visit. And I said, I think my friend and my sister were coming to visit me. And I said, well, let me go to the store to get them something. And I went to the store, got them the whatever groceries, oranges, apples, breakfasty bagels, whatever. And I had it in my hand. I came into the door and I don't even know, like, it's all of a sudden like a memory just flushed over my body and flooded my soul. And I collapsed to the kitchen floor, just sobbing uncontrollably. My heart was broken. I was in residency. I couldn't even go to work. I took to my bed for like 2 days. It was just a hot mess. A broken heart is nothing to play with, and it will happen. That's life. There will be sickness. There'll be death. There'll be loss. There'll be failure. There'll be disappointment. There'll be brokenheartedness. And you must understand that life is tough. You must get resilience. Here are the first 3 steps to resilience. Like I said, we're not going to go in depth into them. There's a whole video I've had on how to be resilient, but I could not end this video with at least throwing out some things. One is recognize reality, which we've done. Understand that these things will happen to you in life. Don't be like, where'd that come from? No, you already know that these things are possibilities in life. Not that you're going around paranoid, like, looking like, when is it going to happen? When the shoe going to drop? No, you live your life, and when these things happen, you're like, oh, well, there it is. Dr. D. Nice did say it was going to happen. Now let me work through the process of dealing with this loss or dealing with this death or failure or disappointment. Recognize reality that these things could happen. Number 2 is make a positive move. Some sort of move. Don't sit there and wallowing in this grief from all those things that I mentioned. Make some sort of move. Go see a therapist, talk to a friend, study harder, something. And then last but not least, the 3rd step is connecting with love and connecting with another human being, talking these things through, connecting with God, who is the creator of your mind and your body and fully understands that this is not how he meant for this world to be. This is all about all sin, why we all must suffer sometimes in life, why life can be so hard. But it doesn't have to be hard. The situation is hard, but if you there's a Bible verse that says, cast all your cares on God. He is strong enough. Now, that's not the part of the verse. The part of the verse that says, cast all your cares on him. But I'm just throwing it in there that God is strong enough to hold you up through all this grief, all this loss, all these failures and disappointments. I promise. Let me know in the comment section below, what part of life have you experienced any of these things yet? And let me know, how did you make it through it? All right, let me see what we got going in the comment section. Reminds me of that Nike commercial from the 90s. Which one? Nike basketball freestyle commercial, 2001. Which one? What did I say? Man, you see, that's right. Sometimes I need to stop and read the comment. It's only because I clip this off later and make it its own little video so it's easier for people to look at rather than the whole entire show. Okay, let me know what you were referring to when you said the Nike commercial from the 90s. My bad. I should have stopped and asked for clarification. All right. Now we have our FOUNT section. Remember, FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help you unlock your best. To search, you'll get. Okay. To help you unlock your best. Today we're talking about relaxation. I've mentioned it before. If you are not in the habit of just chilling and taking it easy sometimes, you're missing out. This is a time where you shut off the radio, shut off the social media, and you just chill. Take some deep breaths, do some stretching, walk outside in the fresh air, just relaxing. You're not running or exercising at full strength. This is just like a chill time. It really does something to invigorate the body and prepare you for when it's really time to work. Get in the habit of having some sort of relaxation time daily. It'll fortify you, I promise. All right, let's talk about Sexxy Red, shall we? Let's just get into it. You all know who Sexxy Red is. What is that? Ski-wee, ski-wee, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, ski-wee. She has that song. She has some other songs out there that them young girls are loving. This morning, I was on a friend's podcast, YouTube live, and he's on there. He does it every single morning, and he's on a summer break right now. He does the show every morning during the school year and usually takes off the summer. He's been coming in a couple of days, just kind of winding up to get ready. I think anytime there's something cool going on in the news or really newsworthy, it's hard to be like, well, I'm on a break, especially if you're not going nowhere. And he popped in. Anyway, the whole Kamala Biden thing, he popped in on the show. That's neither. I went off on a whole tangent. What I'm trying to say is that Sexxy Red came up this morning as is she a good mentor for young people, or would it be better for the kids to have somebody like Kamala? I don't know much. We don't make this political. Sexxy Red versus Kamala. And somebody was throwing out, oh yeah, Sexxy Red, she was at the OBGYN's office and saying she was going to get her whatever looked at because it smelled bad. I'm not going to laugh. And, a lot of girls were in the comment section. I'm glad you said that because I was experiencing that too. And I'm glad you did it because it helped me. And I see that. I do see that. There's this thing where they say a broken clock is right twice a day. And there are saving graces to Sexxy Red, and I'm not even writing her off. I don't know the woman. This could be all a caricature that she's playing, and there are some saving graces to her. Of course, there's saving graces to all of us. We have no heaven or hell to send anybody to. How she portrays herself, though, is this the person that kids should be looking up to? How she just puts herself out there sexually like that, and she does it without any filter. And there's a lot of young girls that are following her, and they don't know that maybe she don't mean it, or maybe that's just not how it's done. And then they follow suit. They follow behind her. And meanwhile, she may have done changed her whole life and become a better person. And now they didn't change. They locked into this lifestyle because she encouraged them to do that from the very beginning. Do you all see what I'm saying? Make sure that being of influence to somebody's life is so important. If you mislead somebody, even by accident, that is worse. The Bible tells us you might as well had just take a stone, tie it around yourself, and thrown yourself in the middle of the ocean if you mislead a child to head down the wrong direction. They may never get a chance to turn around. You done changed your whole life, become born again, living the best life out there, and these kids are lost just because of you. You do not want that smoke. So Sexxy Red, yes, you may have some saving graces, and you may be encouraging the girlies to get out there and get their private parts checked because you have done that. Some of the other things that you do, though, let's be honest, it is misleading, and it's causing a lot of young women to make, and even old women, to make bad decisions. All right, that's vacationer. This is our teen archetype person, the vacationer. Your passport got stamps upon stamps upon stamps upon stamps. You've been everywhere, been around the world, and that is where you are. That is so super cool. Get out there, see the world. Nothing wrong with that. Your parents been got you a passport from the time you were a baby. Nothing wrong with that, vacationer. Go and check out the world. You'll get to see the different cultures that are out there. You'll have a broader view of how people live. I hope you're not just sitting up in a hotel or on the beach sipping virgin daiquiris and virgin margaritas because you underage. Go see the world and bring back experiences that you've learned that will make your life even fuller. All right, let's wrap this up with our frontal lobe training. This is a time where you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from mine. Let's just set it up. I was in Classics. Classics was a dance hall nightclub in the 80s. It was across the street, Sunrise Boulevard. Yeah, it was across from Sunrise Boulevard in the shopping plaza in the corner. I think did one of my friends' father own it? I can't even remember. But Classics was a place where all the Jamaican kids and non-Jamaican kids would go. It was a dance hall. It was a reggae club. And we used to go up in there. Were we underage? Maybe, maybe not. I got nothing to say about that. But we were up in there. And one time I was up in Classics just dancing, back then, dancing, whining, maybe. But that's what we did back in the day. And I was dancing with this guy, and this other guy walked past us, and then something hit the floor. And I was just busy dancing. I didn't even pay no attention. I looked down real quick when it hit, but then I was back to dancing. Then the guy I was dancing with bent down and he brought back up from his hand this huge gold chain with a pendant. Y'all know back in the day, like the what's his name? Oh, man. It's not as good a story if you can't remember the name of the people. But people used to wear them big old chains, big old gold chains with the big old medallions. And now the guy I was dancing with, let's call him Bob. Bob had this chain in his hand and was just blinding me. And I'm just mad, boiling up. I saw it first. I should have just reached down and grabbed it because this guy was gone. It was dark. You don't even know who it fell off. You couldn't even find him if you wanted to. I guess you probably could have turned it into Lost and Found. I guess he could have. He didn't. And I was just mad that I was not the one that picked it up, because would I turn it into Lost and Found? I don't know. Would I have then? That didn't even cross my mind to have turned it. This is the first time it hit my mind that I could have turned it into Lost and Found. You know what? That's not the story. Right now, Bob had the bling in his hot little hands, and I did not. And I was so mad at myself. I was done for. The next day, I went to the swap shop. Y'all know, and if you know anything about Fort Lauderdale, the swap shop is on Broward. Yeah, it's on Broward, right? I'm pretty sure it's on Broward. It's been a while. I don't even remember these streets as good as I used to, but I'm pretty sure it's on Broward. The swap shop, everybody would go there, and I saw a similar chain. It was for like $300. $300 back then, if you compare that to now, that's probably like $1,000. maybe even more, maybe $2,000. This is the 80s, the mid 80s. That's a lot of money I didn't bend down and pick up. Craziness. I was so annoyed. I'm like, why didn't I bend down and pick it up? I saw it first. Wisdom understands that sometimes we have missed opportunities. For whatever reason, we didn't bend down first. We were late. We didn't call in quick enough. We were not. Lots of things can be the reason why we missed out on opportunity. And we just have to take that one in the chin. Wisdom does that. We're like, you know what? I did. It's the truth. I missed out, and it is what it is. I'll plan for doing better next time. And honestly, maybe the next time will never come, but next time it comes, it's not going to happen to me again. Then there is stupidness. You relive and rehash. I bent. I should have bent. I should have gotten up. I should have pushed him. I should have snatched it out of Bob's hand. You relive all kind of scenarios about how you could do it better, and you just live there. You just stay there, beating yourself up about how you messed up, how you missed out on that opportunity, and you absolutely never move on to the point that you never even learn from the situation. Anyway, there you have it. Wisdom and stupidness. Choose wisdom. Remember, show me your brightest, show me your best, show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. All right, let me see what we got in the comment section. Maybe we'll to search and you'll get it. Nike basketball freestyle commercial. You want me to look that up? Let me see. I'll look it up right now. Nike basketball free style commercial. Videos? Mm-hmm. Oh, 2000.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an art form.
Wait. Let me see if I could fill it up here. No, I got it. I found it. Hold on. Give me a second. This it? This the one? Nike freestyle commercial extended. Let's see what it shows. Is this the one, right? I don't know. They may have it. Wow. Seen this one. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, look at them go.
I'm going.
Trying to shut off the. I make my video into a song? You mean the video that I put it at not the extended version? Okay, not the extended version. There's this. Let me see.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
Yeah, sure. Which one? Okay. So what you were saying, make my video, make your video. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I know it. Now I know what you're saying. Make the beat into a song. Oh, make it like a beat. Oh, what a good idea. I'm going to work on that because I have the whole clips. I could just make it into... What a good idea. Okay. I may just work on that. Oh my goodness. How y'all doing anyway? How's everything? How's everybody doing? I know it's been, I don't know, has it been one heads up? Oh, they noticed a video of mine belonged to somebody else. I took it off. Well, hopefully, at least see if they shut down my stream. I'll cut it out. In the end. Yeah. Any questions? Anybody? Anything? Any special prayers that you want? Oh, they're gonna for real want me to cut that off, that video. We are all happy. Wonderful. Good. I'm super happy too. Super happy. Good. I don't know what subject we're gonna do. Some months I do know what we're going to talk about. Just a heads up, I will for sure be here next week. The following week, which is the first week in August, I'm not going to be here, okay? I'm going to be out in Wyoming camping with 55,000 of my closest friends, kids from all over the world. It should be super fun. I'll tell you all about it when I get back, but next week I'll be here, though. Don't even worry about it. I'll tell you all about the other one afterwards. All right, let's go. We're done. The Lord bless and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord turns his face towards you and give you peace. May the Lord watch between me and you while we're absent one from another. Amen. You all have a beautiful rest of the week. We're halfway through. If hump day means something to you, if you just live your life regardless of what's going on, so be it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thursday, Friday, into the weekend. I wish nothing but the best for you all and your families and your families' families and your families' families, and that everything just goes well for you all. All right, guys, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Talking Truth to Teen Tissues, and I will see you all next week.
Wisdom teething lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got 2.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys? Your game's all tight? FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight.